Good evening and welcome to this year's edition of the Strawberry Patch for the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, which kicks off May the 9th this year, and it'll run through the 17th. And I have a special guest with me tonight, and this is our president, Charlene Eubank. And we're going to talk in just a minute, but you know you always have to bring up the folks that are helping you bring these programs to the television. And we have three really nice sponsors this year. We have back with us for probably the five or 6 years they've been doing it is Tennerton Auto, that's located in Tennerton. The Jeffries will do towing. They'll fix your cars up and do all kinds of things for you. All you have to do is give them a call at 472-2174. We also have State Farm this year, which is new, with Sharon Sabo. She's also located on Route 20 in Tennerton, and her number is 472-5390. And talk to Sharon and the folks in her office, and they'll help you with all your insurance needs. And then we have a couple of shows that are going to be sponsored by Jaws Barbecue, and that's Gary Cannell. Gary Cannell's number is 472-8608, and they might refer you from that number to his cell phone because he's out on the road a lot. If you have maybe something you'd like to have Jaws Barbecue cater for you, give him a call. So we thank all the sponsors who are helping us with not only this program but with everything that we do for the festival, because it's the sponsors through the corporations and the businesses that make these events possible for you and your family to attend. So getting that out of the way, Charlena, tell us what the first thing is that's coming up with Strawberry Festival.
Okay, and here in about 2 weeks on March 28th and 29th will actually be our pageant weekend. On the 28th, we're going to have our Teen Queen, our Miss, and this year a brand new division. We're actually bringing a Mrs. division this year. And our ages on each of those will be, the teen division is actually going to be 14 to 18.
Okay.
And then our Miss will be 19 to 25. And then the Misses, of course, they have to be married, but as long as they're at least 18 and married, and they haven't had a marriage annulled, they're not divorced, all of those things. And
And it doesn't matter whether they have children or not, does
No,
it?
it does not. Because, of course, in our Teen and Queens division, they can't have already had a child. They can't be pregnant. They can't. But the Misses, we encourage them. We want it to be we are a family festival.
Right.
We want them to have their family. We want them to bring those kids with them if they have them. They're going to be spending the week with us, just like the Teen and Queen. And one thing we're going to do a little different with that also, which is bringing some contestants in. Our horse and carriage parade, which of course is on May 9th at 4 o'clock. The Queen, the Mrs. Queen, will actually be riding through that parade.
Oh, that's neat.
Yes, and that will kind of be her parade, since we have, of course, the junior royalty for our junior royalty contestants, and we have the teens are, featured in the firemen's parade, and then everyone's in grand feature, but with the Queen and King being the main people there, we thought we needed to give the Missus something that she was special.
Oh, I think that maybe she can ride in a pretty carriage.
That's what we're hoping. We're hoping we get some in that'll be pretty for her, and of course she'll already have her crown. Our Queen and King won't get their crowns until the coronation.
Right. And
so
they all have gowns?
They were all, yes. This year we also, every year, the festival, we bid out our major things, like our floral, official florist and the official photographer. This year with our bids for the gowns, typically we get in 5-6 bids, but as a board we vote. Well, this year we got in 3 bids that were pretty much identical. I mean, they all offered offered us the same things. They wanted to do all 3 gowns. They wanted to give us accessories. They wanted alterations with no limits on costs. So as a board this year, we decided the best thing to do would be to let each of those 3 gown shops have one of the That's
a good idea.
Yes. So, I mean, I can go ahead. So we are actually hitting places around the state that will be doing those gowns. And the Mrs. Gown is going to be from Connie and Frank's, which is in Morgantown. Then we have the Miss Gown is actually going to be from Oliverio's, and they've done our sponsorship the last few years.
And that's the teen?
Yes. No, that's the Miss.
Oh, okay, the Miss Strawberry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the teen division, it's actually going to come from another shop that's in Bridgeport, and it just went out of my head. And I'm really sorry. I'll think of it in a minute.
I can't think of it either because it wasn't one I was familiar
No,
with.
and I can see it right there on the hill, but I can't think who it is. It'll probably pop in my head a little bit.
That's fine. If it does,
Yep.
let us know.
And then on that's all going to be happening, of course, on the 28th, as well as we're going to announce the king. We have no idea who it is right now. Pretty much the only person who knows is the extension office. So we're hoping
that's where it comes from.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll also announce this year's Strawberry Spirit. And then on the 29th, the other big event that weekend is our Junior Royalty. And we have divisions for 3 through 13-year-olds.
Now, I'm sure if somebody's watching out there, is it too late to enter?
No,
if they
actually-
would see this in the next week?
Well, Teen, Queen, and Mrs.,
Okay.
their deadline is Saturday,
Saturday, the date is,
the 14th.
okay, Saturday, if it's postmarked the
But
14th.
it has to be postmarked by the 14th. And the Junior Royalty is the 17th, which of course is, Tuesday. So they're all within the next few days.
And do you have times on those yet?
Yes. Teen and Queen pageant will start at 6 o'clock. But 5:30, we are going to start the announcement of those awards. Okay. We're going to give last year's Queen, Teen, and King some presents from the festival. Then we're also going to announce this year's Hostess Princess. We're going to do the Spirit and some awards that happened, for our sweepstakes for the berries. All those things are going to be done at about 5:30.
Well, that's
pageant.
good.
Yeah, pageant's at 6 o'clock.
Leads into it.
I think that'll be a nice.
And where is it going to be held?
At Buchanan Upshur High School. Both Saturday and Sunday will be at the high school, and Sunday we're going to start at 1 o'clock.
Okay, and that's Route 20 South?
Yes.
And we hope we have a good turnout.
Yes.
Do you have any idea yet how many folks you're going to have? Since
I
the deadline
really don't. I mean, I know all of the divisions definitely have people at this point, from all the way from the 3-year-olds all the way to our 30 pluses,
okay.
But I really don't know the actual numbers yet.
It's going to be a big weekend.
It will be.
And, businesses I think would maybe get some folks
Yes.
in for that day as well. So will there be anything special that's set up downtown that you know of?
I'm really not sure. I haven't heard of anybody doing anything. I wish they would. That would be great because it would give especially those families something to do because their contestants are sequestered all day, so nobody can be there but them.
Right.
So they need something to do.
Okay. Well, so that's our first event.
Yes.
Then we have another one coming up May the 2nd. What is that?
On May the 2nd, we will actually have our Queen's Ball. And this year, the Queen's Ball will be held at the Buchanan Moose Lodge. And the band is Stone Street from Charleston, which they've been here for other events. Last year, they were here they were very good. Last year, they were supposed to be here for Thursday night of our festival. And of course, our rainy season, they got rained out. So they're coming back to help us.
We don't want to talk about
No, we don't. And then on May 3rd, that same weekend, we're going to have a golf tournament at Evanbreath.
Would that be Riverbend?
Riverbend, sorry.
I still call it Evanbreath too.
All
but
the time.
Someone might be looking, where is that?
Yes.
So it is at Riverbend Golf Course. And I'm not sure yet, are you, whether they're going to include the country?
I'm not sure about that.
Well,
I haven't heard
find out.
officially.
Okay. So that's the first part of May. Then we go into our long week,
Yes.
starting with May the 9th, and what's happening that day?
Well, May 9th, we will have, of course, our opening ceremonies. And then there'll be open case performances happening on the street where it'll just be maybe bands, individuals set up on the street entertaining, as well as the CEOs will
I
have.
think we have 5 or 6 of
Good.
the CEO clubs that are going to do it.
Good, and they're going to have some baked goods and maybe some strawberry crafts, all kinds of things they're going to have. And then at 4 o'clock that day, we're going to have the horse and carriage parade, which of course is always a big turnout, and everybody loves to see those horses and carriages come down the parade route. Then on Sunday, we're going to go right into, of course, it's Mother's Day, which, we'll see how that goes. But, the last few years has been on Mother's Day, and we've still had a good turnout. We'll invite you to go and visit a church of your choice and, enjoy our community. Then we're going to have things like we're going to have a horse and mule pull that day out at Bennett Farms.
It's the 10th?
Yes.
I was thinking we had it on the 17th. Oh my goodness, I hope I'm wrong.
I think it's on the 10th. I'm positive.
They're both scheduled, I think, for the 17th. or the miniature horse show. No, this is, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I think we did change it. You scared me there
It's
for a
okay.
minute. Because the one just decided to have it on the same day as the
right.
other
And
one.
that way we'll have all of our horse events. You know,
Well,
that
that's
first
good.
that
That's
first
good.
weekend.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're still going to invite all of those horses back. You know, if they want to come and be at the end of Saturday's parade, our grand feature, like always, they're welcome to do that.
And they usually have a really nice monetary
Yes,
award.
they do.
So we really like that
Yes.
nice horse and carriage
Exactly.
to come back. It was really pretty last
It
year.
was.
So,
It
but it rained, and you know that's again
Right.
something that will hamper a horse and carriage parade because they
Exactly.
won't bring their carriages out.
No.
Some of them are worth a lot of money.
They
and
really are.
So they don't want them damaged in any way. But we're going to hope for
That's right,
a beautiful
sunny
day,
days.
a beautiful day.
We're going to strawberry dream for those beautiful days.
That, by the way, this is our
yeah.
theme, Strawberry Dreams. We have a lot of things
Yes.
that we're dreaming
That's
about.
right.
So, and I will hold this up. This
Yes.
is our new brochure that will be probably out on the streets at least the week of pageants,
Yeah.
maybe before.
That'd be great.
And you can stop in local businesses, and it's very colorful this year. Has a lot of information about the events, and it's pretty accurate.
It
It's
is.
a little later that we're putting it out this
okay.
year, but it's a little larger, and it just has all kinds of neat things in it. So I'm excited about that. And so then we start in on Monday and Tuesday. We have some things going on. If you want, do you want to look at the brochure now? In realizing we have made a couple changes. That's
well,
the
and
old
of
one.
course, we're going to have the carnival. Our Strawberry headquarters will be open both Monday and Tuesday.
And that's where we are right
And
now.
we're right here, right on Main Street, right across from the courthouse. You'll be able to see there'll be a blue sign outside that says Strawberry
And
headquarters.
it's almost across from the annex part of the courthouse.
Correct. Yes. And then we actually have a quilt show every year, and this year the Quilters Guild as well as the CEOs will be sponsoring it. And those are the 2 days they're going to be checking those quilts in. They're going to be getting them ready
Monday and
for
Tuesday.
yes. And then we have that evening on Tuesday. Well, on Monday, like I said, the carnival will be here Monday. On Tuesday, we're going to have Salty Dog, which is, it's going to be like karaoke, some songs, and all different kinds of things going on down on Spring Street, which that's where our vendors will be again this
It's
year.
now called Food Court
The food-
Midway.
yes,
And
exactly.
the food court is for all the vendors, and the
Correct.
stage is for lots of entertainment.
Exactly. And I mean, we're just going to have all kinds of things going on both of those days. You can just kind of, and even if you just stop in headquarters to find out what's going to happen the rest of the week.
And look at the windows. We
Yes.
have all kinds of collectibles that will be in the windows, and they start, I think, May 1st.
May 1st through the 18th this
So
year,
that's
which will
gonna
be
a
very
time.
nice.
Stroll downtown, stop and get something with strawberries to eat, and look in the windows and see what you have on the collectible side. And that takes us through to Wednesday.
Correct.
Now, we have made a change from last year, and that's the coronation. You want to talk about
Yes.
that a little bit?
Up until last year, of course, our coronation had always been held on Wednesday. Last year, we decided we would try it for a year and see how it went on the first Saturday. Well, it was beautiful, like always.
It was a busy day.
It was a very busy day for us, though. So we are taking the coronation back to Wednesday, and taking it back to Wednesday, we will be having it at the chapel again, at Wesley Chapel. Last year, we had it at Chapel Hill because there just wasn't. It's Wesleyan graduation weekend, and we just couldn't do it all. But taking it back to the chapel, of course, is always, it's beautiful. It's, a lot of times you'll go to pageants and they talk about evening gown being the most beautiful part of pageantry. Well, this is one of our most beautiful events that happens at the festival. It really is. And it's just something, if you've never been to the Queen and Kings, you really do need to come.
It's free.
It's free. It's free.
Many of the things that we
Yes.
have at festival time are free, and it's because of our sponsors.
Exactly.
So
We have
there's a
wonderful sponsors.
Don't we have a reception afterwards?
We are.
Okay.
We are having a reception, and depending on, typically what happens is we tried a couple years having it right out, kind of in the plaza outside of like where the dining hall and everything is at Wesleyan, French C, but you never know with weather. So it will actually be inside French C. Not sure the menu yet. We'll see about that. Typically it's strawberries, some cookies, some punch. And we'll see, but yes, it's
And
a very
you get
nice.
to visit with the
You
new
do.
king and queen, and
get your pictures taken.
That's
That's,
true.
in all the minor court for the king and queen, because of course we are one of the few festivals who still tries to get our community involved as much as we can. And all of the first graders in all of Upshur County have the opportunity to be in the minor court. They can all submit a letter and an application, and the board just draws. And we pick those minor.
You pick a boy and a girl from each elementary school.
Yes.
And they are cute.
They are. Oh my
That's
goodness.
worth the trip to the coronation.
It is, because you never know what's going to happen. Do you, Carol?
No, you do not. And it's been interesting a
It
few
has.
times, but they're cute and
They
everybody
are.
likes to see them. And I like it, especially when they come off the stage and they have to link
Oh,
arms.
yeah, and they put
Some
their
of them-
arm up. And,
Some of them will,
and they're like,
some of them
no.
won't.
Exactly.
Okay, on Wednesday we have that going on, and we do have some other events. Do we have entertainment that night?
Yes.
Do we have something coming back for their second season?
Yes, actually, this last year, another new event that we brought in, which was very well received.
Yes, it was.
On Wednesday evening, Main Street was closed, just like it will be for the parades. But Main Street was actually closed, and the antique cars are parked on Main Street. And then we have Ryan Kane and the Ables will be performing that night.
And isn't there a bluegrass jam at the
There
courthouse?
is, yes.
That's at
It's-
6:00. So
Yeah.
there's something for everybody.
There really
that
is.
Evening. And
There-
carnival. You
Yes,
can do all these
carnival's
things.
up-
Go to the carnival.
Yeah.
Just visit from one place to the other. It's going to be a lot of fun. I
It
think.
is, and I think that's one of the things that really makes us special, because we try to get something for everyone every evening.
And try to make things as minimal cost
Exactly.
as possible.
Right, because all this is free other than the carnival.
Yeah, we don't have any choice on
No.
that. But that is one of the ways that we do get some funding.
We
is
do.
If you attend the carnival,
That's right.
A process
Yeah,
is
a portion
worked
of
out,
that, yeah.
and a portion of it comes back to the festival, and that's helpful.
It really is.
So that takes us through Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
What happens Thursday?
Well, Thursday is typically what we kind of refer to as our kids' day, because we start out that morning and we have a strawberry blonde contest. We have a diaper derby for those little kids, 6 and under.
At the courthouse.
At the courthouse. All of that happens at the courthouse. And then the rest of that day, of course, you can continue to look at those windows. You can, visit town. You can start, we'll also be having the crafters will be coming in that day to be set up on Friday. But they'll be visiting town. Of course, all of our vendors have actually started Tuesday night or Wednesday, depending on which way all the ones in the vendor court or in the food court are already there. But then some of our littler vendors,
Well,
they'll start
look on the back of the brochure, and if you get one of these brochures, it will tell you right here where to find
your food.
your strawberry shortcake and
Yes.
strawberry desserts of some kind. A lot of our churches, and I think it's important to let everybody know that when you see a church or you see an organization, the 4-H do it, and others, they have fundraisers with food, and those go to worthy causes.
Exactly.
Scholarships, camp, and just help with maybe somebody who is sick.
That's
so when you're buying something, you're helping somebody else.
Right.
And we try to keep the minimal cost there as well. And I think this year from Gary Cannell, who works with the vendors, he said that some of the business might set up outside their businesses.
Which is great.
And so that'll bring more excitement.
Right.
And then Thursday evening, of course, is the Junior
Royalty
Royalty
Parade.
at 6:30.
Yes.
And then isn't that the first night of Strawberry Idol?
It is. Strawberry Idol that night will actually, unless anything changes, but typically Thursday night is your variety night. Friday night is the gospel.
No, it's
Is it the opposite?
Yeah, gospel's Thursday.
Thursday
night
and variety's the
and
opposite.
Open
Okay,
class.
all right. And then on Saturday will be the finals.
Right.
But Thursday night is the first night, and then again we're going to have entertainment down in the food court, and then of course then we go into Friday. Friday is jam packed.
Yes, it is. And we have a new event on Friday. You want to tell them about that run?
Well, yes. Do you want me to start with the day or
You
go
can
to the
start with the whole day and just
Okay.
give a rundown.
Well, Friday, of course, is a very busy day. Typically on Friday, and this year, unless something changes, kids will be out at noon. So those kids are going to have there's going to be activities for them to do all day. We
And
have
the carnival's open
The
in the
carnival
afternoon.
starts at 1:00 that day, and we are going to have things like The sixth graders, some sixth graders are chosen, 12 sixth graders, to have our Sweetest Berry contest, because that morning, of course, the strawberry growers are dropping off their exhibitions. And so all of those things are judged, of course, professionally, and then each one who would like to can enter for the Sweetest Berry. We also have, during the Sweetest Berry contest, of course, Dr. Reed's always there giving us a little strawberry trivia. You know,
He does real good
he
with
does,
those children.
and those kids love it. They've
learn.
got
He
their
gives
little
them-
fact sheets,
Yeah, he
and
gives
they're
them a fact sheet.
and they're up there.
One
having
thing
to-
that I think is, and I say this every year, but the reason we use 12-year-olds are because their taste buds are the
Exactly.
very best that
They
they'll
are.
ever be.
they are.
And so they can choose the sweetest
Exactly.
berry.
Exactly. And then we're also on that day, and also some other things that happen at the courthouse that day. We have, of course, our basket auction and our strawberry auction. After the parade that evening, also at the courthouse, before we go back into Strawberry Idol, we have a men's best legs and a strawberry blonde contest.
And a pie eating
The pie eating contest. Earlier in the day, there's a recipe contest. You can enter recipes. The only prerequisite, it has to have strawberries in it. We don't.
And I don't think it has eggs. It's not allowed to have eggs.
Right. Exactly.
And that's at the
if-
extension
yeah,
service.
It is. Exactly. And then, of course, you have to submit not only your dessert or your pie or, your cake, anything, salad,
anything with
anything
strawberries.
you want in it. The only, you have to bring your recipe as well. So that way they can see exactly your steps and also what was put in it. And then we also have, earlier in the week, the seniors actually have a capping contest. And your top 3 seniors will be entered. In some years we've had 4 because it was so close. But usually 3 or 4 of the senior ladies who've won will actually have a cap off. And that's always...
They are so quick.
You blink and it's done.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. And following that, the senior center actually chooses their own lord and lady. So we have a senior lord and lady. So our queen and king will crown those immediately following the capping contest. And those are also events that anyone's welcome to come down and see. I mean, that happens at 2 o'clock. Not
They
every...
do dominoes and checkers,
They
too.
do. They have all kinds of events. We try to do something for every
Yes, we
age
do.
group.
Yes, we do. And for families. It's just a
Exactly.
family event.
It really is. And then we have things going on starting that, we have an antique tractor show that happens down on the lot that's kind of across from the buy-side, or 1860, whatever you want. And they have right beside Stalker Youth Center. And, and then on Friday evening, of course, we have the Fireman's Parade. Fireman's Parade, it kicks off at 6:30, and then we have the fire trucks. But something brand new this year that's going to actually happen right before the Fireman's Parade will be at 6 o'clock. We are the Buchanan Fitness Center is partnering with us, and they are putting on a 5K. 5Ks have become very popular around, the East Coast, the country, worldwide. And that 5K, you're going to have registration down at the fountain at Wesleyan.
Yeah, in front of Wesley Chapel.
Exactly. And time frame, I'm really not sure what time they're going to start that. I just know they're starting the run at 6.
We'll let everybody know.
We'll know once we know. And I mean, I just think it's going to be a good event and something new that we haven't had before. And then following the Fireman's Parade, of course, the street stays closed down. And we're going to have, Braden Stover is going to be down at the vendors.
Okay.
And then Strawberry Idol. And we're gonna get some other smaller bands and smaller groups that are gonna be on
But
the
there
streets.
will be some
There's
on
going to
Friday
be
and Saturday
something
night.
Friday and Saturday night.
That's
the
good.
entire time.
And don't forget the arts and crafts at the
Exactly.
college on Friday and Saturday, as well as the quilt show, the art exhibit.
Yep.
There's also orchestra competition at Wesleyan in the morning at 9, I believe, and also the band and jazz competition at the Virginia Law
Right.
Center. That starts at 9. So there's just something going on
For
all
everybody.
over the place, and we want folks to come in. And most of those things are free.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
come and, if you like music, come and sit down and listen to the orchestras. They're judged, but they're from all over the state, some out of state, the same
Right.
with the bands. So that's going to be good. And then we have our Strawberry Idol Open
Yes.
class that night. Maybe we should take a break right here and give folks some knowledge of where they can look and find some of this stuff if they need an application for the parades
Right.
or for the arts and crafts, whatever. Where can they go and find it?
All of our applications are actually downloadable on our website, which is www.wvstrawberryfestival.com.
And if you have questions, there's one that's info.
Yes.
Strawberryfestival.com, I believe.
Yes.
So there's a couple
Info at
sources.
westvirginiastrawberryfestival.com. You can email us, and we can forward it on to whichever committee person that
Right.
needs to go to.
And the phone number.
The phone number is 304-472-9036. And if you have anything you need to fax in, our fax line is 304-472-9037.
Yeah. So that gives some information. So we're now through Friday.
Yes.
Tell us about Saturday.
Saturday, of course, is our big day. And people come in every year on Saturday for the parade. So our parade is the big event. But Saturday morning, of course, during the week, we have courthouse entertainment going on. And Saturday morning, we'll have some more entertainment. And then we'll have a strawberry mile. And that is a mile run, and it's kids through adults, just like the 5K will be.
And the registration's at Academy.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes. And then after the Strawberry Mile, we actually have an antique car parade. Then we have the Grand Feature Parade. Then after the Grand Feature Parade, the street stays closed down. We're going to have some additional entertainment going on. Then we'll have our Strawberry Idol Finals. We will
And that's at 8 o'clock. It's
Correct.
a little bit later, so people
Yes.
have a chance to
Exactly.
get everything all ready so they can enjoy that. Bring your lawn chair and
Yep.
sit. It's free to the
It
public.
is.
And
It
you know,
is.
we want to put a plug in here also for Channel 3 because they are bringing us the strawberry patches, but they film a lot of things
Yeah.
for our shut-ins. So, watch their schedule and find out where they're going to have things that
Right.
in the time slots, and they'll get to see. I think you're going to do Junior Royalty Parade, is that correct? And probably Fireman's Parade, and they usually do the antique cars. So, and also another thing I want to mention again this year we'll have WDTV. Channel 5, and they will doing a live coverage of the Grand Feature Parade at 1. And they'll also do a streaming, and that streaming, if you have somebody that's in the military, for example, and they
Right.
live out of the country even, if they have a computer, they can go in that and get the streaming, and they can watch the live coverage. So that's a neat thing, I think, as well. So we also have a band exhibition. That's at Rossfield. We're hoping to have it outside now that
Yeah,
the
we
field
hope
is
so.
done. So that's at 5 o'clock, and we have the possibility of some really neat
Yes.
groups coming. I know of at least one Mexican band that's coming, possibly the group from Panama. We're
Right.
still waiting. They're raising money
I know
every
they
day.
are.
And possibly El Salvador's coming back in Jamaica.
Yes.
And we have a group from Canada. So those are all good things
Right.
coming, and we have some other surprises. So that takes us through, are we through Saturday? And then
Yeah, because we have, in that evening, we have two different bands in the vendors. We have Phase
Phase Four.
Then
Oh.
they were here last year.
And
Great
everybody will
band.
know it's Russ Bush, who
Yes.
is the son of Debbie and
Yes.
Dustin Bush.
Dustin,
I said
but
Russ.
it's the son, Russ is his
Yeah,
dad.
yeah.
Exactly. And then later that evening we have Boiler Drive, who've also been here before and bring in a nice following.
And that's free.
It is. They're both free. And then on Sunday, it kind of closes out our festival. But we still have plenty going on. The Gospel Sing is always a very popular event. And 2 o'clock that afternoon.
Yes, at Wesley.
And it will also be at the chapel. And it's just, we're just very excited this year.
You received some information a couple days ago about the gun shoot. And it's going to be on Friday and Saturday this year.
Yes.
And that's at, I forget the name of the place where they're having
Peeltree.
it. Peeltree. And it's called something different. But
Yeah.
look, it'll be in the brochure, and it'll tell you that it is a gun shoot. So
Yes.
you'll know that. What have we forgotten to mention?
I'm not sure, Kara. We went through a lot of stuff in this half hour. But you know what? You're going to be on here a lot. We'll hit up what
We'll
we missed.
go through all of them, I'm
Exactly,
sure.
over and
And, if you want to know something about Strawberry Festival, again, you can call 304-472-9036. You can get on the website or the info and find out about it. And I think it's going to be an interesting festival. We're
agree.
1 year away from our 75th, so that's a little scary.
Yep.
But we've got to get this one over with, and we just hope and pray everybody does pray for nice
Yes.
nice weather. So that's pretty much what we'll tell you about today on our first strawberry patch. Tune in next week. We'll be talking about some of the various events and go in a little more detail about some of the things that are happening. We want to thank Tenerton Auto for a sponsorship. We want to thank State Farm and Sharon Sabo for a sponsorship, and Jaws Barbecue. And once we get all this started, you'll see some things about them on the screen as well. So that's about all the time. Thank you, Charlene,
You're welcome.
for coming this
Anytime.
evening. And, stay tuned to Channel 3 for all the things that are coming up. They're going to be doing a lot of filming, and so we hope for those folks who can't get out and come downtown, they'll get to see some of the things that are going on. We'll visit the quilt show, and we'll visit the arts and crafts. So that's pretty much all. I think
Yeah.
we've got it all covered.
We
We
did.
might have forgotten something, but we'll tell you about it next
That's
week.
right.
So thank you for joining us for this first strawberry patch for the 74th West Virginia Strawberry Festival, May the 9th through the 17th. We hope to see you there.